Some celebrity twins have quite literally made a name for themselves simply because they were twins. For example, marry Kate and Ashley Olson in Full House and their numerous movies and TV shows, or the Sprouse twins in which Dylan and Cole starred in The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. But sometimes the twin doesn't decide to follow in the footsteps of their counterparts and leads a very low-key life out of the spotlight. Although some celebrity twins do work in the film and TV industry, both in front and behind the camera, others decided to work in politics instead. One's a teacher and another is a music composer. Today on InformOverload, we're counting down the top 10 celebrities you didn't know are twins. What's happening, everyone? Welcome back to I.O. I'm your host for this video, Jared Bronstein. And if you have a twin, let me know in the comments down below. I've always wondered what it is like to have a twin. Some people say you have a bond that you can't explain, but you just get each other. Yet I feel that's the case with my brother, who's 4 years older than me. I think if you spend the majority of your life with someone from a young age and you get along well, that bond is inevitable. But I'm interested if twins do feel they're tighter to each other than their other siblings, like they have like some kinetic, way of knowing what they're thinking. I don't know. It's voodoo, it's magic. Also guys, stick around for some common replies, but for now, let's get right into it. Starting us off at number 10, Scarlett and Hunter Johansson. ScarJo is a massive star in Hollywood, so very few people know she is actually the older twin to her brother, Hunter. While being interviewed on Today, she joked that she was born 3 minutes before him. And, I quote, "I beat him by 3 minutes, the 3 most important minutes of my entire life." Although they did both act in a film together, 1996's Manny and Lo, in which Scarlett played Amanda and Hunter played a small role as the son in the golf cart family, it seems he was more drawn to politics. In 2008, Hunter worked with the Obama administration, helping the former president get elected for his first term in office. Hunter also works with various charities and overall isn't in the spotlight too often, unless he's seen on the arm of his twin sister at a red carpet event. Now at number 9, Vin Diesel and Paul Vincent. You guys knew Vin Diesel's real name wasn't Vin, right? His last name isn't Vincent either, it's actually Sinclair. Well, technically it's Mark Sinclair Vincent, but he goes by Mark Sinclair. Well, I guess he goes by Vin Diesel, but that's his stage name. Either way, he has a twin, that's what this list is about. Vin's brother Paul works in Hollywood as well, behind the scenes. There isn't much known about the guy, and Vin keeps their relationship pretty low-key, although at one point he did post an image of the late Paul Walker next to his brother. Diesel captioned the photo to include, I quote, "You see the other guy in the photo is also named Paul, and although they look more alike, he actually is my twin brother." Up next at 8, Kiefer and Rachel Sutherland. Not many people know about Kiefer's twin sister, Rachel, and that's likely because she is the sister of the star of the hit TV series 24, and the daughter of the incredible actor known as Donald Sutherland. Now it's fair to say when you are born into a family full of successful actors or celebrities in general, it's easy for the whole family to become famous. Take the Kardashians and Jenners for example. But oftentimes the entire family doesn't always want to follow in each other's footsteps, and it seems that's the case with Rachel. Still, with so many connections in the film and TV industry, you'd think at the very least she would find a way to keep working alongside her brother and father, even if it's not on screen. And it turns out that's exactly what she did, as Rachel is a post-production manager on hit shows such as Saving Hope, Rookie Blue, Lost Girl, and numerous other TV shows. Moving on to number 7, we got Ashton and Michael Kutcher. I didn't know Ashton Kutcher had a brother, let alone a twin brother, but with that being said, I don't really look much into people's families in general, so it's not surprising, I guess, that I didn't know that. Anyway, Kutcher's brother Michael claims that his brother showed him the love a brother has for another. Michael was born with cerebral palsy and had a heart transplant at just 13 years old. Unfortunately, this led to him getting bullied quite often from a young age, but Ashton would always stick up for his twin. Michael is an advocate for organ donation and disability rights, and Ashton explained how his twin changed his perspective on life for the better. I quote him saying, "My brother was born with cerebral palsy, and it taught me that loving people isn't a choice, and that people aren't actually all created equal. We're all created incredibly unequal to one another, in our capabilities and what we can do and how we think and what we see. But we all have the equal capacity to love one another." Dropping into the number 6 spot, Rami and Sami Malek. So as we know, Rami Malek has been in the spotlight for quite some time now. In September 2016, Rami became the first minority actor in 18 years to win the award for Best Lead Actor in a Drama Series for his performance on Mr. Robot. Although an LA native, his parents are of Egyptian descent, and following the win, Rami spoke on diversity in the industry, saying, I quote, "For me to stand here as not the typical leading man and to have come home with this speaks a lot about where we're headed." As you likely know, he would go on to star as Freddie Mercury in the Queen biopic, Bohemian Rhapsody, but his brother Sami chose a much different career. Unlike his superstar brother, Sami works as a teacher educating the youth. Still though, the two look identical and Sami teaches in LA, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's been approached a few times from some fans who think they're meeting the guy who won an Oscar for his portrayal of Freddie. Which also got me thinking, would he play into it, or would he be like, no, I'm just his twin brother? Like, do you think if you saw Sami Malek on the street and you're like, oh my god, you're Rami Malek, would he be like, no, I'm his twin brother? Or would he play into it and be like, yeah, hey, do you want a picture? Or would he try to like sabotage his brother's career and be just like, no pictures today, I hate all my fans? It'd be a very interesting premise. Maybe we got like a Netflix series about twins that ruin each other's lives. I don't know. Halfway through our list at number 5, Angel and Aaron Carter. Unfortunately, things for Aaron Carter haven't been all that great, and his relationship with his family, including his twin sister Angel, is just as bad. Angel is a model, and after getting married to Corey Conrad in 2014, the two welcomed their first child into the world in January of 2019. Angel was walked down the aisle by Aaron at her wedding, but in 2019, both Angel and her older brother Nick Carter of the Backstreet Boys got restraining orders against Aaron. As per reports, Aaron threatened Angel and her infant daughter on September 5th, 2019 over the phone, telling Angel, I quote, "I have people that would come and harm you." Nick also got a restraining order citing, I quote, Aaron's increasingly alarming behavior and his recent confession that he harbors thoughts and intentions of killing my pregnant wife and unborn child. We were left with no choice but to take every measure possible to protect ourselves and our family. Aaron responded saying he was astounded at the accusations being made and reiterated, I quote, I do not wish harm to anyone, especially my family. All I ask is for my family to leave me alone. This is blood, not love. I will never be around you, and I don't want to be around you. In at 4, Aaron and Shawn Ashmore. These two have been confusing fans for years as they look almost the exact same. After all, they are twins. Shawn Ashmore is known for his numerous roles in film and TV such as Bobby/Iceman in the X-Men series and Terry Fox in the biopic about the Canadian athlete. Aaron is likely known for his work on shows such as Smallville as well as Lock and Key. He was also on Warehouse 13 and Killjoys, but personally, I've always been more of a fan of Shawn because when I was maybe 8 or 9 years old, I met him in Toronto during the film festival. Really nice dude, got a picture with him, and it's one of the many reasons I wanted to pursue acting. So Shawn, if you're ever seeing this, thanks man, appreciate you. Now at number 3, Joel and Benji Madden. Growing up, I was a fan of Good Charlotte. Who wasn't? Yet many people aren't aware that the band's lead singer is twins with their lead guitarist. Joel and Benji Madden are most definitely twins, and although the band went on a bit of a hiatus, they're back at it again. Benji got married to Cameron Diaz, and the two just had a child together, while Joel ended up marrying Nicole Richie, who have gone on to have 2 kids together. Joel spoke on fatherhood saying, I quote, my kids give me a reason to be okay with myself. I don't feel the need to try and prove to the world that I'm anything at all, other than who I am to them. When I was younger, I think I felt like I needed to constantly sell something. I needed that validation, and that's what my family gave me. It's the first time I felt good enough. That's just beautiful to hear. You know, this is just me going off script real quick. That's lovely, and that's why I want a family. I always say I'm like excited to have a wife and children because I feel like, not to say, you know, I definitely do feel fulfilled in life, but I feel like a family is just, it's gonna give me like just an insane amount of purpose. Like this is my family now, and I love them so much. It's just how I feel, but they don't exist yet. I mean, I got parents and a brother. I love them too. Coming into the number 2 slot, Jon and Dan Heder. These two are identical, so I legitimately can't tell who's who in any picture I was able to find of them. Jon is likely known for his role as Napoleon Dynamite in the film with the same name, which is probably one of the biggest movies of the 2000s decade. I know that's a wild claim, but the 2004 film really was that big. It was parodied time and time again, and it seemingly put Heder in a position to become a household name. Aside from the numerous awards Jon won from the film, he would go on to star in numerous films and TV shows, but many people didn't know about his twin brother Dan until Jon's 2009 interview with David Letterman. He explained, I quote, we caused a lot of trouble by pretending to be each other. The memories still give me a good chuckle. Dan works on the behind the scenes side of things, working as an animator for the film Monster House, and being a part of the production team on films such as Avengers Endgame and Spider-Man Far From Home. Taking our number 1 spot, Laverne Cox and Lamar. If you're a fan of Orange is the New Black, then you likely recognize Cox as she portrays Sophia, a transgender woman on the show. The show did have a portion of flashbacks showing Sophia prior to her transition, in which she was a firefighter named Marcus. However, instead of having Cox play the part, they decided to audition males who resembled Cox. That is, until they found out that Cox has an identical twin brother, Lamar, who they invited to audition. He would end up booking the part, and to no surprise, did an incredible job. As per Lamar's website, he, I quote, works across opera, metal, performance, video, sculpture, and installation to craft sprawling narratives of radical becomings. Cox also became the first openly transgender person to be nominated for an Emmy in any acting category, and is also the first to have a wax figurine of herself at Madame Tussauds Museum. And there you guys have it for the top 10 celebrities you didn't know are twins. Let me know which one surprised you the most in the comments down below, and which ones you already knew were twins. I wanted to troll like a little bit and put the Olsen twins on here, but I'm not that gutless. I was like, I'm not gonna do it to them. They'll get mad. I'll just have a little joke at the end about it. So there's the joke. Haha. Either way guys, for now let's reply to some comments from the video. Kanye West says God told him to interrupt Taylor Swift at the VMAs. Kayla said Taylor gets humiliated on national television. God, LOL, get wrecked, noob. So I laughed when I read that comment, and it's just funny. Because I imagine God just looking down, having some popcorn, watching Taylor like, and God's just like, idiot. Like, I don't know why, it's very funny imagery. So thank you for that comment, Kayla, that was funny. Kit Hurd said he has such a weird obsession with Taylor Swift. I saw a lot of you guys also saying like he was just trying to stay relevant, which it is possible. He's just a controversial guy. I know he was diagnosed, he is bipolar, but I think personally, I think he knows how to stay relevant. And I think like things like this, when he says stuff like this, I feel like maybe he kind of, you know, tries to find ways to get the people continuously talking about him. Obviously there are certain times that we've seen him go through manic episodes, like when he was doing his, I think it was in South Carolina, his short little rally for president. But I think situation like this, again, we can't forget who he's married to. He's married to Kim, and Kim is related to Kris Jenner, and Kris Jenner leaked Kim's tape, which made her famous. So I think Kris Jenner might have a hand in Kanye's PR as well, having him stay relevant and having people always talk about him. Just a thought, I don't know. Mila said, sorry, but Beyonce is way too overrated. Well, you better hope Kanye doesn't see that comment, because Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time. It wasn't even just that year, it was all time. Anyways, guys, that's all for this one. I've been your host, Jared Bronstein, and we'll see you guys soon. Guy's got like 7 different names, man. Up next at number 8, Kiefer and Rachel. Up next at number 8, Kiefer and Rachel. Man. Halfway through our list at 5, Angel and Aaron Carter. I'm gonna take that again. I took a little break. God told him to interrupt Taylor Swift at the VMAs. Just a thought. I don't know.